Shall we turn now to the book of Revelation, chapter 6. In chapter 2 and 3, the Lord speaks to his church, to the 7 churches which encompass the history of the church. After the church has completed its ministry here on the earth, in chapter 4, the Lord takes the church on up into heaven. And John there, representing the church, sees the heavenly scene, sees the throne of God and the 24 elders sitting on their thrones about the throne of God, sees the cherubim as they are worshiping God, and describes then the scroll that is in the right hand of him who is sitting upon the throne. This scroll is the title deed to the earth. A strong angel with a loud voice calls out, "Who is worthy to take the scroll and loose the seal, the 7 seals?" And John said he began to sob because no man was worthy to take this scroll or even to look on it. And one of the elders said, "John, don't weep. The Lion of the tribe of Judah has prevailed to take the scroll and to loose the seals." If no one takes the scroll and looses the seals, it would mean that the world would go on forever under Satan's control and power, and that's why John is so concerned. But he watches as Jesus comes forward, looks like a lamb that has been slaughtered, takes the scroll, and all heaven breaks forth in glorious anthems of praise and the worthiness of the Lamb to take the scroll and loose the seals. And we also will be joining in the praise as we sing, "Worthy is the Lamb to take the scroll and to loose the seals. For he was slain, and he has redeemed us by his blood out of every nation, tribe, tongue, and people. And he's made us unto our God kings and priests, and we will reign with him upon the earth." Now in chapter 6, he begins to break the seals of this 7-sealed scroll. And as he breaks the seals, corresponding events take place here upon the earth. And so one thing I should point out with Hebrew literature is that oftentimes it doesn't follow a total chronological order. It oftentimes lays out a scene, but then it will emphasize or elaborate on things that have already been mentioned earlier. And thus is, of course, Genesis chapter 1. The Lord gives a brief account of creation. Beginning with chapter 2, he begins to fill in details of the creation. So it doesn't follow along in a chronological order always. In the book of Revelation, we will follow a chronological order until we get to chapter 10. And then John is going to fill in a lot of the details. Chapter 10 brings us to the coming again of Jesus Christ to establish the kingdom of God upon the earth. And so from chapter 11 on, he's going to be filling in a lot of details of things that have happened in the first 10 chapters. And so we will find that out when we get there to chapter 10. So as we come to the opening of this 7-sealed scroll, chapter 6. "And I saw when the Lamb had opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder, and the 4 cherubim, living creatures, angels, said, 'Come.' And I saw, and behold, there was a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. There are two basic interpretations as far as the white horse and the rider. There are those who say that the rider is Jesus Christ. Then there are those that say the rider is the Antichrist. And so there's a difference of opinion there. I personally believe that it is the Antichrist that is here pictured, coming forth to take over control of the world. I think that that's the first thing that's going to happen after the church is raptured. That here on earth, the Antichrist will be revealed. I do not believe that he can be revealed as long as the church is here. That which hinders shall hinder until it is taken out of the way, and then shall the man of sin, the son of perdition, be revealed. So as long as the church is here, he can't be revealed. But once the church is gone, there's nothing holding back from the forces of darkness to take full control of the earth, and that's the condition that we see is taking place here in the 6th chapter. We've come back to the earth. You see in chapters 4 and 5 we were up in heaven. Now we've come back to see the things that will be transpiring on the earth once the church is taken into heaven. And let me just clue you in. You don't want to be here when that happens. Jesus said in Luke 21, "Pray always that you'll be accounted worthy to escape the things that are coming to pass upon the earth," as he was talking about the conditions of the Great Tribulation. Pray that you'll be accounted worthy to escape these things, and that you might be standing before the Son of Man. I'll tell you, it is my prayer, my desire, and I believe it will be, by faith, that I'll be standing in that crowd in heaven who will be singing, "Worthy is the Lamb to take the scroll and loose the seals." Not because I'm worthy, but because he was slain and he redeemed me with his blood. And thus I expect to be there in that heavenly scene, surely not down here when these seals are broken and the 4 horses of the apocalypse come forth. Another reason why I believe that it is the Antichrist that is found here in the first 2 verses is that the following events when he comes forth are war, famine, and death. And when Jesus comes again, he will put an end to the war. There won't be famines and there won't be death. He will, we don't die. We'll have our new bodies. And so the fact that war, famine, and death follow the unveiling of the first seal, I believe that it is the Antichrist rather than Jesus Christ, taking over the world, conquering and to conquer. When he had opened the 2nd seal, I heard the 2nd cherubim say, "Come and see." And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. When the church is raptured, there will be the revelation of the Antichrist, but he will come on the scene as a man of peace. He will have a program of prosperity. And with the wealth of the Christians who are suddenly gone, that wealth will be divided. Of course, when that happens, people will just say